First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for upNXT, postwrestling.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcast app, and of course,
Twitch.tv/upNXT podcast. Hello, Twitch room.
Hello, yes. Tuesday nights are no longer the black and gold, but we're colorful. We're a whole new world.
A whole new spectrum, is it? Colors.
Spectrum?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All these new colors and
all these new characters.
Still the same friends. Always your NXT friends.
Friends.
Yes, Braden and Davie, always your NXT friends. Hello, we are up next. We talk about NXT every week, which like a lot of other things have been going on in wrestling. I almost didn't even remember what was going to happen tonight on this show. I just felt like this week finally maybe it's coming into this show is dropping down. If it's happening to me, and we do a podcast about it, it must happen to others. I got a lot of, I listened to your review. I didn't watch the show. I'm getting a lot more drop-offs.
There's too much other stuff going on now.
It's dropped on your list of maybe watching.
I would say, for me, this week, on the most part, I preferred to some of the previous weeks. I thought we got some good wrestling tonight. Some other things I didn't like quite as much, but I kind of didn't feel this one was as bad. But now we're talking about YouTube shows with bigger matches than this. You know, like there's a lot going on in wrestling. Like every week, I'm behind on Dark Side even because there's just so much other stuff going on right now.
I watched the FMW one.
Yes, yeah,
we watched
that
right?
with the Anita one.
Yeah, and anyone who liked that one, definitely recommend digging through this free feed here for our best death match ever with Damian Abraham.
Oh yeah,
we pretty much cover a lot of that stuff, that craziness. That one was pretty good, but I'm a episode behind. I haven't watched.
I'm halfway through the biker episode.
Yeah. Well, I've watched 2 episodes of Squid Game.
Okay.
Squid
Thoughts
Games
so far?
Yeah, it's great. That's why I'm kind of I could easily just watch it. I'm pretty bad usually. I watch things right away.
I had a good night the other night.
You just watched a few?
I wasn't working and I just binged the whole thing.
Yeah, it's pretty good so
very
far.
Good.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah, so I'll probably finish it within the week because the second episode was really good. We both watched a show, Ted Lasso. Mm-hmm. They wrapped up their
second season,
Empire Strikes Back, as they call it, which I didn't think they would make me like it more than I liked the season 1. I thought maybe the joke ran dry with that show, and they totally pulled the left field. And it's
all about the characters, right? I think they're digging so much deeper with these characters, and they're so fleshed out, and you feel everyone's dilemma in that show. Even like the bad guys, if you will. Like you kind of get why they're doing what they're doing.
You get their MO.
Exactly. And it's just such a well-written and well-acted show. I loved it.
I didn't realize it won the Emmy for last year's, so that means this year's still...
This season must win.
Yeah, I'm not a TV show person, but I genuinely got behind the characters, and the writing is so strong, so I highly recommend. It's changing the way people watch TV. We've talked about how we're millennials, we don't pay for cable. We pay for, a streaming service here, a channel here, and streaming there. But it adds up and stuff. So recently you got some, like, cable box thing that we just get, like, all these 24/7 random channels and stuff, which is, like, nice. Especially because it's spooky season.
It is. We've been watching a lot of spooky films.
Yeah.
And a lot of Bond as well.
Yeah, you went and saw the new one.
I did.
Yeah, don't spoil it, but...
I won't, but I fucking loved it.
Right.
I will say, if you are going to go and see it, either watch Spectre beforehand or just listen to our review on patreon.com/upNXT, because we did cover Spectre. They're kind of very linked.
Okay.
Yeah, so I recommend it, but great way to wrap up Daniel Craig's tenure as Bond, and I loved it.
Yeah, me and you just did a review. We did all the Daniel Craig ones. Those are up on our Patreon from the past year or so, because we did it before the pandemic when this movie was ready to come out. So now we finished it. We've done Spectre. We'll eventually go do No Time to Die.
When it drops on Crave or something, maybe.
Yeah, HBO or whatever it comes out on. So, go listen to that because that was a lot of fun. We go off on who we think should be Bond.
Yes.
On some random picks, but at upNXT podcast, who do you want to see as Bond?
Who's the next Bond?
Because we went through that on that Spectre review. And we talk about Batista.
Oh, yeah.
As being a Bond villain. So that's always a good tie-in to our movie reviews and
Yes.
stuff. So you went and saw that. I know we are waiting for Halloween Kills to come out because that looks like it's going to be nuts. So I'm excited. But they dropped the IMAX, so I'm a little sad. At least here.
Is that... Yeah.
I've looked it up. I did my digging. Before there was available tickets and now nowhere to be seen.
I want to know if it's available anywhere on IMAX.
I think in the States, but...
Like, did they just do a bad job with the IMAX? And they're like, we'll just do it.
It's because that new Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie's coming out. They're like, we'll put this in IMAX
Wigs?
instead. Is that what it's called?
I'm calling it wigs.
Yeah, Ben Affleck with blonde gold.
Yeah, I need to
goatee.
ask him where he got it from for my Halloween costume.
Whoa,
this
you can't
year.
be
I'm
revealing.
not spoiling.
You can't be revealing what your Halloween costume is. Yeah, but see, they have Halloween Havoc coming out here for NXT on the 24th, 23rd, something like that. 26th. Halloween Havoc's on the 26th. And last year for Halloween Havoc, we did a Halloween Havoc watch-along costume party via Twitch and Zoom at the same time, which was bonkers. We had some great costumes. We had a Cameron Grimes.
We had Cameron Grimes.
Who there was
We
Cactus
had
Chris.
Cactus Chris.
There were so many.
We had Rick Martel, the model.
Yeah. Oh, man. Rick Martel looked great.
We had Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yep. Yeah.
Um,
well, me and you, I was Hangman, and you were...
I was Breezango. Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we had some fabulous
You mean
costumes last year.
GCW star Fandango?
Did he show up?
Well, he got the video. He's going to be doing
Oh.
GCW. So
You see, I'm behind.
yeah. Well, we had some great costumes last year. So this year, we're thinking of doing the same thing.
Another costume party.
So join us on the 26th. If you want to hang out with us, we're going to live stream like we do after NXT every week. But on the 26th, we're going to go live for a Halloween Havoc watch-along. And if you want to join in on the watch-along, you are invited.
All patrons will come along in the Zoom room.
But there's
In
only
costume
one
only.
room. Yeah, there's one rule. You got to be in
You
costume.
got to be in costume or you're booted out the room.
Yeah, so no more daredevils. No more hats on my face. I'm Daredevil. Sorry.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the commit. Like you attempted it, but I need Cactus Chris put ketchup on his face.
From like shoulders up at least.
Yeah.
Right? Like no nipples up, I'd say.
Even a hat or
Like,
even
you can
a
wear whatever on your legs.
mask.
We ain't gonna see that.
Someone
but-
wore a mask for a while and then was like, "Can I just take this off?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. You've been here for a while." But yeah, we need some
Yeah, who is
costumes.
that?
We're working on our costumes. Last year, I was an AEW star and you were an NXT star. I think we're just both gonna do AEW again.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so look forward to that. But get your costume ideas ready because that's going to be a thing. Twitch.tv/upNXT podcast, of course. We celebrated, Halloween's coming, which means we got a lot of spooky stuff. But we're Canadian. Well, you're an honorary.
Mm-hmm.
You're almost there. We had Thanksgiving. We got to eat some turkey.
Yeah, it was my first Thanksgiving. I've
First
celebrated here.
First Thanksgiving ever?
I've never done anything for Thanksgiving here.
Right, because that's not a thing. I mean, you guys, like...
I've been here like a few years, but I'm always working Thanksgiving.
I mean, like,
so-
you people, you Brits, like, you basically were the reason we're all so thankful, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had some turkey. Yeah,
We did.
it was a good time.
Went to your mum's. It made a fabulous meal.
Yeah. We had some cocktails.
Turkey stuffing, a lot of cocktails.
I
a lot
think-
of pumpkin pie.
I think turkey should be, like, regulated. Like,
do you
it should be
mean?
normalized. Like, people, like, chicken wings are such a thing. You go everywhere, it's chicken. It's always chicken.
Turkey gets a bad rep.
Yeah.
Because people cook it badly. Your mum doesn't cook it badly.
Right, oh,
But
shout
that's the
out
thing.
my
People
mom.
are like, oh, it's so dry. It's like, well, you're cooking your turkey all wrong.
Oh, hold on. Technical difficulty.
Uh-oh. Hold that turkey thought.
My microphone thought you were dissing my mom's cooking, but...
No, I was saying how lovely the turkey was.
Where was that?
We'll be there. Technical deal. It was a ghost. So our spooky set, a ghost's come in and possessed the microphone. I think we back.
We're back in right now, yeah. You said my mom doesn't cook it badly.
No, so it's good turkey. Like if you're having dry turkey, you need to go back to the cooking book, I guess, and work out how to do it properly.
Yeah, I know here in Canada, actually, we kind of decided, it wasn't a good year to kind of celebrate Canada Day this year, just because there's some stuff that has come out about a lot of Indigenous history and stuff that a lot of Canadians do know about. But to celebrate Columbus Day is what Americans call it, because their Thanksgiving's like coming up. It does feel like, but I celebrate holidays like my Christmases or even like my birthdays, where I just want to have a nice meal with my family. So that was what I legit was just thankful for, that we could. Yeah. You're my family. Absolutely. And you know there's nothing more important than family. So we had a great time.
Can I say my highlight from Thanksgiving?
Yeah, what was the highlight of... Sorry.
We're gone again?
Yeah. Don't know what's going on here.
Oh, boy.
Sorry, guys.
You'll have to wait to find out my highlight from Thanksgiving. Christmases or even like my birthdays.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I just want to have a nice meal with my family, because you are my family. Nothing's more important than family.
Yeah, do you want to know what my highlight was of Thanksgiving?
Yeah, what was it?
So your mum and stepdad are pretty good at like finding little trinkets.
Guys. I don't know what's going on here. We are having some crazy technical difficulties. Apologize, Twitch people. What the hell? Sorry, guys. Is there any...
Shall I go to title screen for a sec?
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a second, guys. We'll go and sort this out.
Sorry.
We're back, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All
I know is I'm Amazon shopping as soon as this show is over.
Oh, boy.
I know what the problem is.
It's the connector?
It's definitely the connector. It's just a connector. Okay, well, you were about... This is like the most dramatic thing now.
I know, it's going to be a letdown now, isn't it?
Okay, so we're at my mom's, and the biggest...
So your mom and your stepdad, they're very good at finding like random things, like nice bits of furniture, little trinkets and gadgets.
Yeah, like they have a side hobby, kind of like me and you. We podcast. Well, my mom likes to vintage.
Yeah,
like they find crazy antiques and stuff too.
And they found this, like, what was it, a pug speaker?
Oh yeah.
And they're like, look, we've got this thing. It's dead. Is there any way we can revive this? We can't find a charger. And your girlfriend presses a button and goes, there you go. Turns it on.
And it still had power and everything.
And there was power and everything. And it blew their mind. And your stepdad just kept asking, so wait, how do we give this power? You're like, you just plug it in.
Turn the
so
button
you just
on.
press the button. And then they were like, look, we got this TV. We've got this TV. We found it. It looks great. Just we can't get any channels on it. We've got the Rogers box, we've got the TV, and you go downstairs and you're like, yeah, you haven't plugged the HDMI cable into both of them.
And then I plugged it in,
and they were like, whoa!
Yeah, he messaged me
and
today.
They were very thankful.
He messaged me today. He's like, yo, thanks again. Like I'm like, thank you. You made us a great dinner. The least I could do is fix your TV. Anyone our age, like I'm 30, anyone like our age, you go home or to any old family member, older family members that are like, hey, my Wi-Fi's been down. How long has it been down? I don't know. Can you fix it? Yeah. You gotta plug this in.
The thing, a lot of TVs, it's always the input button. You're like, yeah, just press input. You're on the wrong HDMI.
Because like I taught my mom, like years ago, I got her an iPad when they came out, and like I taught her all to use all that stuff, and then I got her an Apple TV to go with that, and like so she got pretty good using the Apple Music or the Spotify's and stuff. But I guess the TV was their mortal enemy, the TV in the basement. But now it's working, so he's set. So yeah. Yeah, that was a good night. Thanksgiving is time for when do Americans though?
I think it's November 24th.
They go
this
hard
year.
in the paint.
We're going to see churches that night.
We're going to churches on American Thanksgiving.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, happy. I know a lot of people don't like Christopher Columbus Day either. The only Christopher we acknowledge is
Christopher.
the
Moltisanti.
the multi saints guy and Biggie. So we had a nice Thanksgiving, and you went and saw Bond this week. We had our Bond review Spectre out on the Patreon. You mentioned that. We also did what else did we do last week?
Did another episode of Was Next last week.
Yeah, talking about some retro NXT.
The contract signing between Biggie Langston, the champion, and Bo Dallas.
The women's tournament for the NXT title and stuff like that. But this week, staying on track now, James Bond's over. It's spooky season.
It's full on spooky season. You can see from our set right now.
If you watch us on Twitch, you'd see technical difficulties tonight. But you'd also see our great set that Davie, I came home and you just made everything so spooky. Yeah. You got a crow. We have a lot of skulls in our apartment anyways. That's up to me, but you made it look good. Who's Dodo?
Isn't this a dodo? Or is it, it's like a dead...
Yeah.
Is it?
Dead dodo?
Dead dodo, maybe.
So we're celebrating spooky season, we've mentioned. We got a Halloween Havoc review coming down the line, but this
1996.
week... Yeah. But this week we thought we need a heavy-hitting, 5-star horror classic to kick things. We need to celebrate some right. So we decided, what's a good movie we haven't really done that we like, that's scary? We just went straight to the source with this one.
Yeah.
The Exorcist.
Probably the most famous horror film ever.
Yeah. So listen to, we're going to review this, we're going to record it tomorrow. It's going to be out this weekend, but listen to us talk about The Exorcist, 1973. There's going to be vomit, head spinning, crucifixes.
All of that. Green soup, green pea soup.
Pea soup. It's everything. So that's gonna be a ton of fun.
And we also have a little show called Best Match Ever. And when people talk about the best matches ever, the one thing that always springs to mind is a casket match. So yes, we are talking about the best casket matches ever for spooky season. And did you know Dusty Rhodes and Ivan Koloff had one of the first casket matches? I had no idea until I was researching with this show. It's all on YouTube from 1980.
We're going to have to talk about it.
So we're talking about that. We're talking about multiple Undertaker matches.
Of course.
Of course, we had the Coffin match in AEW recently. Grave Consequences from Lucha Underground.
Yeah, we're going to talk all about the best casket matches ever. So next year, clearly, will be best buried alive match
yes,
ever.
I think so.
Last ride match ever.
Yeah.
What are the other ones? Just throw a guy in something match is what it's become.
Yeah, you've got the ambulance match. They're terrible. I hate all these matches. Listen to the show.
We've scoped up the best ones, and we're going to talk about it this week. So it's going to go all over. Even TNA, we're going to talk about. So it's going to.
Will Bully Ray versus Mr. Anderson be the best casket match ever?
Yeah. So those are some of the shows that are coming out on the Patreon. Of course, only $5 North American tier gets you access to all these shows, plus over like 350 plus. Best match ever, retro NXT, movie reviews, all the wrestling stuff, everything. But we do a show called BD Elite, free on this channel, which we usually do Wednesday nights. We go live on Twitch and record after that. But they are not on Wednesday night this week. They are on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is it 9 days? No, it's not quite, but 9 days. So this Saturday, AEW Dynamite's doing a special show. So we're probably going to we were thinking of doing a show probably Sunday for this to kind of fill in that gap. But Tony Khan, being the ultimate, promoter? Booker?
Yeah, Booker.
He said he's going to crush the rate. He's going to win this Friday night war that's starting this week. And he went off on Twitter this past week.
I love it.
And then now he was like, yeah, AEW Rampage is going up against SmackDown, and he was like, and the Bunny and is it? I don't even.
Is it?
I think Ruby Soho.
Ruby Soho, yes.
He was promoting that, and I was like, okay, well, like I don't watch SmackDown anyway, so like really, this doesn't faze me. But I was like, this sounded a little weird that he's like flexing now, like yeah, well, I'm gonna go head to head, and then he like casually lets it slip on Twitter. Just be like, oh, hey, by the way, another match is happening. But it's now a buy-in for the Rampage. So it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki.
Crazy.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
For free. So...
I love it. I've been looking on like the reaction on Twitter and stuff, and there's a lot of people being like, why is Tony doing this? As if they're going to win, blah, blah, blah. Like, who cares? Like, we're getting great free wrestling this Friday. Realistically, I'm at work anyway, so I'm watching it all the next day. It doesn't really faze me, but I think it's great. I think the ratings have been dropping a bit for Rampage. I don't necessarily think they'll beat SmackDown, but their ratings are going to get better for sure. I think there's definitely going to be AEW fans who like maybe want to see them beat SmackDown and tune in, where maybe they might watch it after the fact some weeks. And also, I'd be curious, because YouTube is available worldwide. Like, not everyone has access. Even here in Canada, we can't watch Rampage live.
Right.
We're like an hour behind or something like that some weeks. So YouTube, their numbers on YouTube streaming might be bigger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like they might get like 30,000 people watching on YouTube. I've never watched their YouTube stuff live, but I'm definitely interested in this match. This is a huge match. They've wrestled like once before, like 2004. Yeah, that's crazy. So Danielson put out a tweet today that gets you even hyped. He's like, yeah, I wrestled you and you kicked the shit out of me, but I've learned a lot and I'm ready to show you what I've learned. It's like,
I love it.
Yeah, so we won't be doing a show Friday or Saturday night, but we're thinking Sunday, Eastern time, our time. Come hang out, have lunch with us. Brunch with the BDE. It's a late brunch.
Yeah.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Eastern time on the Twitch. We'll record the show and then put out the podcast on this feed for free, talking all about the Rampage, the buy-in,
and Dynamite.
The Dynamite, all that stuff. Lots of stuff.
So much wrestling.
So much stuff. So that'll be on this feed, so we can talk about that. But I'm super excited. We went to Kenny and Brian. They tore it down. Brian's just going to keep having these dream matches nonstop.
Absolutely.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
MJ messaged us. Our friend MJ was like, yo, coming to Florida? Coming to I didn't realize it's Miami. Suzuki in Miami. The Dragon. Sounds great. That sounds awesome. Speaking of SmackDown, though, I did have it on the other day because you mentioned you got this cable box that I was like, which I couldn't find SmackDown. So was it on FS1 this past week?
I think it was just on Fox.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, Fox, and some guy was yelling at me about snowflakes and stuff. I thought it was Joe Gacy, and then I realized it was Fox News, and I was like, where do I get SmackDown? So I finally found it, and I put it on. I was having some food and getting ready to go out, and it was so bad. It was awful. I feel like it took me longer to roll a joint than it was to watch the women's matches in the tournament.
Oh, right. This Queen's crown thing.
I think I blinked and I was like,
yeah.
What am I... Sorry.
Bizarre.
What? Not that I watch normally, casually, but literally I was like, I'm going to put it on. Why not? Let's see what it's about. Finn Balor's wrestling Cesaro? Hell yeah. Let's go. Man, like, no wonder Tony Khan's making these like jokes and shots, because like I really cannot get into any of that. Anytime I try to jump into that product, I literally thought, hey, maybe they are gonna do something. And sorry, can they have a Hell in a Cell in Saudi Arabia?
They're having a lot of death on this show. Goldberg's threatening to murder Bobby Lashley repeatedly. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. You're dead. You touched my son. I'm gonna kill you in Saudi Arabia. And now Edge is like, Hell in a Cell in Saudi Arabia. But don't call it Saudi Arabia.
Jeez. Yeah.
Love it.
Wow. Sorry, when's that show?
I think that the 23rd.
Holy man.
I'll be hosting a watch-along for that live that afternoon.
It's a dream card.
Dream card. It's the biggest card. Like, it's the most, like, normal pay-per-view-esque card that they've had, I think, in Saudi.
Yeah.
Normally, they're a bit of a house show in a stadium sort of thing, whereas this feels like an actual pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Yeah,
the women's match should be good. Like, I think some of the matches should be decent.
I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure I watched 2 matches in this Queen of the Ring tournament.
I'm not talking about the Queen of the Ring. I'm talking about Becky, Bianca, Charlotte.
Yeah. Look, I think SmackDown and Raw, like, their ratings will kind of stay the same always. Like, there's always going to be that crowd that kind of like that stuff. But for, like, the hardcore fans, definitely is a bit of a piss-off that they go through all the trouble to do this tournament.
Yeah.
What is the point? If you just needed to write a better angle for Carmella if that's the route you're going, because it seems that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very bizarre.
But yeah.
It's just lazy. It's so lazy.
Yeah, I found it was interesting. Literally, the match was like a minute. I was like, what? I'm still grinding. What are you talking about?
Woods for King, though?
Yeah.
They're not going to give it to him, are they?
No, definitely
It's
not.
going to be Jinder or
Yeah.
it'll be Jinder.
And then what's going on with Kevin Owens? He looks like all his friends are having fun.
Yeah.
And he's just hanging around.
Getting beaten by Corbin.
Yeah, that's another character I saw for the first time.
Happy Corbin?
Yeah.
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 Madcap Moss.
Yeah, that's so bad. It's great. Like, no, it's so bad. I also saw. So I'm thinking like if Kevin Owens is one of the guys, people are like, oh, he should jump ship, and how many of these people are gonna like continue to go over there and jump ship? However, like all his boys are Mount Rushmore.
Oh, I'd love to see Kevin.
Yeah.
Over there. My mate Kev.
Yeah, Big Kev. I would like to see Kevin Steen make a return because he was a different entity on the Indies. He was a totally different character. WWE definitely like watered him down, I feel. And I saw the gif of him banging his head against the turnbuckle this week that like sums up, I think, how he's feeling. And I know we're an NXT show, so we got to talk about the biggest news in NXT right now. And I'm not talking about NXT 2.0. I'm talking about how Johnny Gargano took NXT out of his Twitter bio.
Really? I did not know this.
Dun.
What is going on?
Guys, the forbidden doors are everywhere. Johnny Wrestling has removed NXT from his bio. I'm doing my digging here, my journalistic digging here. That's what I've been doing.
He's still got the link to his .com superstars.
Right.
Yeah.
Soon to be in the past. What is it called when you leave? Put you in like the formers.
Alumni?
Yeah, alumni. That's it.
Damn.
I know there's Johnny haters out there, but definitely Johnny Gargano is someone I think it would be so easy to create a huge megastar in the world of wrestling just because...
he should be already.
Yeah. I obviously, WWE, they like to focus on these big, giant guys, so maybe it's not so believable in that world, but man, if they gave him a shot, definitely.
But isn't the underdog story the best story there is?
Exactly. It's
any time like that there's been a big, great story, Daniel Bryan, Kofi, it's been the underdogs. You want the underdogs fighting these giants and overcoming it. Like, I never get that mentality.
No, I would love to see Johnny tie it up with
all of them.
Bryan Danielson. Kenny Omega versus Johnny seems nuts. But yeah, I don't know if that means anything. That's just what I saw. People were like, hey, that's something that happened. So as a Johnny fan, I just want to see him wrestle. That's what he's good at.
Yeah.
And he's gotten so much better at it. He's just been chilling. And in this world of this new NXT, I don't know really what leaves for him. Same with Kyle O'Reilly. He's probably watching Bobby Fish, who's wrestling Danielson this week as well on Dynamite this Saturday.
And Lee Moriarty on the
Rampage, yeah. So he's probably like, man, what am I going to do? What am I supposed to do? So, because what he's doing right now isn't really popping off, as we'll get into. But it's interesting, and it must feel for a lot of these guys are probably bros, they're probably friends, and like I want to do what you're doing.
Well, there was no nothing of the way today, was there? Like Indi was on, but she's with Persia now.
It's been 2 weeks now with No Way.
Yeah,
with
no way.
The Way. Yeah, I mean Austin's on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, Austin's fighting Jeff Hardy, and
he's taking pictures.
Candice is having a baby. Johnny's just going to Cleveland games.
Maybe that's it. He's taking a little break, having a kid, chill out, then he'll wrestle.
Yeah.
And the world will rejoice. He can have a match with FTR. Ciampa will go over too.
True. Yeah.
There you go. DIY. Yeah. Just don't go back to Ciampa versus Johnny.
They go to AEW just to do that. But DIY versus the Bucks.
DIY Revival. Sorry, DIY FTR. DIY the Bucks. DIY versus Golden Lovers. All these different matches.
DIY versus Hardy Family Office.
Which team? They have like 3 people.
All of them.
The one guy I still don't know his name.
Which one?
I know. There's every week
Jora?
they add one guy to them and be like, let's see if people notice. But that's the other show. That's on BD Elite. Let's talk about NXT from Tuesday, October 12th, 2021. We start off with, before the show, earlier today, Swerve and Hit Row are entering the building. I know that Hit Row are leaving NXT to go to SmackDown. But Swerve's been in NXT for a while. he should have known better.
Yeah.
To walk through the parking lot.
Ashanti's already missing. they're like, where's Ashanti? And not only is he walking through the parking lot, which is dangerous, he's got his headphones on.
Oh.
Like, you're not going to be able to hear a sneak attack when you got your headphones on, Swerve.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's listening to some music.
Also, you're with your friends. Isn't that just rude?
Yeah.
Like, they're talking to him and he's just, like, listening to music.
Would it be worse if
rude.
he was just like one of those guys who get on like the bus or subway and just listening to? He's like, "Hey guys, I hope you like listening to the music I'm listening to too," because that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Like in New York, scariest biker gang dude got on the fucking subway. I'm like, okay, here we go. He's listening to ABBA. I'm like, all right.
On headphones or just
on a speaker?
On a speaker. I don't get the whole speaker thing.
It's like, and he wasn't doing it to be like, I'm doing it for the lulz. Like he was like,
which one?
Give me after midnight. It is a banger.
Okay.
It is, but like
The ABBA one, not the Madonna one.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't like Madonna.
No, me neither.
As you heard it when you came to my mom's house for Thanksgiving, we were discussing something, and my mom went, "Madonna, not in this household." We start off with Swerve and Hit Row. They get attacked from behind by Legado del Fantasma. They take. Do they kidnap?
They kidnap B-Fab and Top Dollar. We assume Ashanti's already been murdered or something earlier. Yeah. And they beat up Swerve.
So Swerve's on his own tonight for his title match against Santos. But, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Gacy. He's in the middle of the ring. He's got a chair. He's spotlight on him.
His like video is all like acceptance, inclusion,
Peace,
all
love, and his music. Yeah, his great wavy, dreamy rock indie song. He says, "This is a safe space, and tonight I will be victorious over this walking example of toxic masculinity." So he's got a match against Ciampa right now, and if he beats Ciampa, he's added to the Halloween Havoc match with Braun Breaker.
Yes.
And it's a triple threat for the title. He says, "I represent all of you in the crowd watching at home. All of my snowflakes." That's right. He called us all snowflakes.
That's his people? Is
Yeah.
that his followers now?
Yeah,
The snowflakes? Love it.
He says, "And I will bring transparent inclusivity to the NXT title. So this is for all of you." Wow.
He's getting creepier with it. I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm liking. I mean, obviously he's still using the buzzword thing, but he's they're still working on.
Now he's got an actual opponent. It's tied together way better.
Right. Yeah. Well, Ciampa comes out, the NXT champion, and he's going up against Joe Gacy. Wade Barrett on commentary again mentions that. Yeah, Beth. Yeah, Vic. All these snowflakes here. Yeah. These he's being coy about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, the snowflakes. Ciampa's beating down on Joe Gacy, but he comes back, puts Ciampa in a sleeper hold. But Ciampa gets out of that, hits him with those V-trigger knee strikes into the corner, and then just starts beating him down and clubbing down on him on his chest and everything. Gacy comes back with this side slam as they go to commercial break. When we come back, there's an abdominal stretch. Ciampa beats on him outside and then sits on the apron and then does his classic pat on the back clap thing. Series of clotheslines where he just keeps running at him in the corner and continuously. But Gacy gets at him with like a stacked powerbomb. Reminded me of Ishii. Joe Gacy, Joe Ishii here. With the powerbomb where it's like you like still...
The Misawa one.
Yeah, it's sweet. Ciampa gets out of it. Gacy then sets up for a move we've seen him do once where he goes for like that handspring against the ropes upside down. While he's upside down doing the handspring, Ciampa basement drop kicks him in the face, which was pretty cool considering he's upside down. Picks him up, fairy tale ending, and Ciampa beats Gacy. It's still a safe space.
Still a safe space. I quite enjoyed this match. I think Gacy... I'm pleased they're not letting the character take over the wrestling. They do a bit of character stuff during the match, but in general, like when the bell goes, he's a wrestler, and I like that. I still hate the gear. I hate people wrestling in
Waiter
dress clothes. But yeah, Ciampa bringing the aggression as always, and I like the drop kick to the face. Yeah, not bad. Also, normally, whenever we see this stipulation, the guy is pretty much always added to the match. So it's quite nice to just switch and be like, no.
Yeah, he lost.
Win.
So,
He lost.
Yeah. Well, after the match, Ciampa's leaving, and it's Harland, the big dude.
He was in the crowd the whole match watching.
The big bald dude, Parker. He attacks Ciampa here, but Gacy like stops him. Like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Stop it. And then he puts his hand around Gacy's neck like he's choking him here. But Gacy just starts to caress his face. He's just stroking the top of his head and the side of his face, which then Harland, he lets go of this choke. And then Gacy just like stares at him, and this giant Harland just disappears. He runs away.
Yeah.
As Gacy just stands there, and then Toxic Attraction's music hits.
He picks up Ciampa as
Oh,
well.
right, he hugs
helps
him.
out Ciampa,
Yeah.
and Ciampa shoves him away.
Yeah, so... And then he just stands there the whole time
Smiling.
for Toxic Attraction's entrance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a little weird. I wasn't quite sure what was happening. What's with the... So, Harland, I assume, is with him.
I think they're leaving it like what yeah, it's a mystery right now. What is going on with these two? And how did, because it looked like he was going to murder Gacy. How did Gacy turn? Maybe he's his first snowflake.
The first one?
Yeah. Head snowflake.
What, he's like caressing
he
his
calmed
face.
him down.
Yeah, I feel like it's like his heavy. It's
Exactly.
Like,
he will
obviously.
be from now on.
Right,
Yeah.
but he controls him.
He
Like,
controls him.
This is really weird.
He calms him
I
down.
don't understand what is the giant caressing of the face to this monster
Oh, we don't know yet.
have to do with the safe space? Because it was not a safe space with this guy there.
He's making it a safe space. He's
Right.
calming him. He's
Right.
like, no, it's safe space here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still
You're not going to know everything in week one.
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
But
It's a story.
Yeah. It's the guy is scary looking.
He is. He's terrifying.
He's like Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
He's huge. He's so scary. And all it took was just a caressing of the face. So next time you're the small dog in a big fight, just caress the guy's face.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everything will
Not
be
tried
fine.
it?
No. Might get you punched even more. I can't wait to see what happens with this. But I like how Gacy's just chilling during Toxic Attraction's
Yeah.
entrance.
Yeah, it was very ECW. The first hour of this show, every entrance was just bleeding into each other.
Yeah.
And it moved pretty quickly.
Toxic Attraction, Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane, they come out, they get in the ring, and they say that, well, NXT and the tag team division, it's like we're left unsatisfied, and there's rules here, but we don't care about the rules. And, well, they lay a challenge for the NXT women's tag team titles, Gigi and JC, but Mandy says it doesn't matter what kind of hair color I have, whether it's blonde, blue, black, brown. I'm the baddest bitch in the game. And she challenges Raquel for a title match.
I thought they're kind of hit and miss with their promos for me. Toxic Attraction. I thought they sounded better here. I do think Mandy sounds confident and is good. The other two still need a bit of work with it. But I don't hate the idea of Mandy versus Raquel.
No, I think we knew that's where they were going.
Mandy's been impressing recently, and
yeah, I can't say this promo. All of the promos here didn't really. It felt like they were definitely acting.
Yeah, I do feel that they're definitely.
That's how
they're
I
not
feel.
owning the characters.
That's how
yet.
I feel with every
lot of
character
them, yeah.
going forward with this show. That's the problem. It's like before you could see those leaked promo class videos where they're practicing these things. I feel like now they're more so thrown into the water here.
It definitely
swim.
does feel like, right, let's show the parents what you've been practicing all year. You know?
Yeah.
Like it feels like the first performance in front of a crowd. Mandy doesn't bother me so much, but the other two I definitely get that.
Yeah, we go to Zion Quinn. He comes out, and like you said, the entrances were like bleeding into the other ones because this guy comes out, and we've seen him. His character is chivalry.
Yes.
Yeah, he comes out. He's going up against Blade.
Malik
Blade.
Blade.
Malik Blade. Yeah, I just like the name Blade.
Blade.
It's great. Blade.
It's against Wesley Snipes.
I don't know if Zion Quinn would be fucked if he had to fight Wesley Snipes. Like Wesley Snipes now, no. Wesley Snipes when he was Blade, yeah, you're getting slayed, definitely.
Don't know, this guy's big.
Wesley Snipes. Have you seen Blade? The OG. You haven't seen Blade.
It's a film.
I don't know.
This is a real dude.
I don't know. Wesley Snipes, man. I feel like Wesley Snipes been to jail. Wesley Snipes just got out of jail.
Yeah, but it wasn't for anything gangster. It was like tax evasion.
Let's see if Zion Quinn
That's
has
like
any
the
tax
lamest thing to be in prison for. What did you do?
Lie.
Didn't do my taxes.
Yeah, when I heard that,
didn't kill a man.
When it first came out, I was like, man, Wesley, I was expecting like darkness. I was expecting more from you. I was expecting like you like murdered a vampire or something, but no, you just evaded your taxes.
Can't you shoot people in the foot now and get away with it? But God forbid you don't do your taxes.
No, that's Tory Lanez.
Yeah, but he didn't go to prison, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, but if he didn't do his taxes, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. Do you know about DaBaby? Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. Yeah. Zion Quinn versus Blade. Zion Quinn looks like a vampire. He could count as a vampire here. Quinn just picks him up and starts body slamming him all over here. There's throwing him around the ring, a few strikes here. Blade does come back with this drop kick and then this flying drop kick off the top, which looked awesome. But then Quinn kicks out of the pin. He gets up, hits this one-handed spine buster, and then he sets up for his finisher. And he does the Ryback feed me more taunt, almost like Roman Reigns.
Smashing the
and then
forearm.
he runs at him with a running forearm, and pins him. Not the flashiest move, but
He's got cooler moves. I think we haven't seen a great deal of this guy, but the matches he's had some pretty cool looking power moves and strikes. And yeah, it's like a Superman punch, but with the forearm. It's not the greatest. But I do like this guy from what I've seen. I think he's scary looking. He's athletic and big, but looks pretty cool in there, I think.
Yeah, he's got a very WWE look. Like he could look, he's a beast. He's ripped. He can do some cool fighting. He's got these gloves. He's got his weird, not Roman Reigns. He really wants to be Roman Reigns because it's almost like he's doing the fist cocking, and then he's doing the.
Is he Samoan?
He's also he's got Samoan tattoos, so maybe, but he's got the like we've mentioned it. It's almost like the Black Panther like leg.
Oh, for the
like necklace thing. Yeah. Not enough in it to see him, but cool one-handed spinebuster. We go to Ciampa, who's backstage. He's being interviewed about his match. Now he knows it's a one-on-one against Braun Breaker. He says it doesn't matter, though. Triple threat or one-on-one. I am now dialed in, and I'm ready. When he's interrupted by Zach Gibson and James Drake, the grizzled young veterans. They say, yeah, we're ready, too, to see you lose the title to a rookie. Ciampa gets a little fired up, but it's kind of a 2-on-1 situation. In comes Braun Breaker, and he interjects and says, "Hey, like,
fuck you."
Yeah, I'll show you, rookie. So he tells Ciampa, "I'll stand by your side until we have our match."
So setting up next week's Can They Coexist match live on NXT.
Yeah, he says, "I'm going to beat you at Halloween Havoc for the belt, but next week I'll be your partner." But can they coexist?
Yes. Literally what they did with Drew and Big E, what they did with the women. This is so stale.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of this putting them in a tag team thing.
Also, like, this week is... Sorry, it's 2 weeks from now. It's Halloween Havoc with Braun Breaker versus Ciampa. They've now announced next week it's Grizzled Young Vets versus Ciampa and Braun Breaker. Oh, the tag team were the two guys who are going to fight. Whatever. But all night tonight and on Monday night, they're promoting the premiere of Chucky, the show. You have a Steiner right here. Didn't anyone in WWE watch when WCW did their Scott Steiner Chucky cross promotion?
Oh.
That's just money on the table right there.
Yeah.
Someone fucked up. I mean, they fucked up not calling him Steiner. But
they're not allowed, apparently.
Yeah, fix it. Pay him. This is the dumbest fucking name. Braun Breaker. He looks great, though. Even when he talks, I'm like, oh, you look the part? You don't look like you're as much as acting as all these other people. Maybe that's why this character is coming across as kind of a badass to like a lot of us who watch the show, because he's like, oh, he genuinely looks like he would hurt me.
Yeah.
He looks like he does a lot of non-tax evasions.
Yes.
He would hurt people.
Yes.
Yeah. So that match is next week, but I'm sad we didn't.
Yeah, it should be a good match.
Yeah.
I'm just so bored of this formula that we see in WWE across the shows every month.
We get a Diamond Mine. They come out and they got a cool laser entrance with the lasers make up the diamond. I think that's the little things just make
Sick.
it seem so pro when you got a laser diamond, because diamonds cut. No, isn't it laser? The diamonds can cut through thing. I don't know. There's
Diamonds
something.
can cut glass.
Yeah. So what's the laser? Lasers can cut diamonds.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And what cuts? Scissors cut lasers.
What cuts lasers?
Kind of laser diamonds.
I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some wrestler who's got a name Laser, something in this show at least. But during her entrance, we go to Swerve backstage, and he's hurting from that beatdown. But he says, "You know what? I'm still gonna have this match. I'll still face Santos, and when I beat him, I'm taking the North American title to SmackDown."
He's so good. He's someone who doesn't feel like he's acting to me. He's so natural. Such a great promo. Was saying that he awoken the evil spirits in him.
Spooky season.
Yeah. No, I think Swerve's great, and really, it's down to WWE to fuck up with this act, Hit Row on SmackDown, because it's money for me.
Yeah. I like Swerve a lot. Even the little things he says here is really good. And the title's called the North American title, but it's the NXT. I mean, people were like, oh, could he bring the title? Probably not, as we'll see. But we go to, well, I see people in Twitch chat. Someone reminded me, thank you, Janobil, who says, actually, the anniversary of Chucky in WCW was yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know how many years, but yeah, crazy. And some people are going off about how tax evasion actually is gangster, because that's how they got Al Capone.
No, but that's like when you want to get someone, like, you know they've murdered people, but
Yeah.
you can't pin them on the murder, so we'll get you for tax evasion. Still not gangster.
Yeah, it's like when they wearing the mask, they coming for your ice, but when they're barefaced, they're coming for your life. That's what it's like, right? Isn't that what it's about?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Ivy Nile and the Diamond Mine are in the ring, and Ivy Nile's going up against one of our favorite enhancement talent here in NXT, Valentino Perez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the mask, the luchador. Oh wait,
She wasn't in the mask.
no, she's got the feathers.
She had a face
that-
out.
No, she's got the feathers and stuff now.
Yeah, she didn't this week.
Yeah, she toned it down.
Yeah.
She should have got.
She was already in the ring.
She gets beat up. There's this huge slam from Nile here, who is jacked.
Yeah.
And just catches her and just holds her up for a stalling suplex.
So she had her in like the fall-away slam position, and from there lifted her up in the vertical. This was crazy. This was so impressive.
Yeah, she was crazy. She then picks her up, beats her down, puts her in a torture rack, and just starts bending her for a while. She had her in this move for
It's
quite a
way
while.
better than Luger's. Like, was really bending her over her back. Looked great.
Yeah, racks on racks. And Ivy Nile gets the win as Perez taps out here. Perez should have tapped out a lot earlier.
I think so. I think the way she was bent, and like, come on, you're here to put over, like, we don't say jobber here, but that here.
Yeah.
And I think she should have tapped out way sooner. But impressive from Nile. I actually really liked her.
Yeah, it's like the Diamond Mine. We all laughed. They're coming together here.
This was I thought this was American Top Team with Dan Lambert. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Except Bivens.
This is Paige Van Sant.
No, but Bivens though.
Roddy is Jorge Masvidal, and then
The knee.
Then both Junior Del Santos is both of the Creed twins. Malcolm Bivens is Dan Lambert.
Yeah,
with
and
his big
Paige
mouth.
Van Zant's hubby. Yeah, he's one of them too. There you go. It's the same people.
Same people.
Their characters, though, we hate wrestling and we're MMA, which
Yeah.
is weird. But then these guys are just MMA fighters in wrestling,
Yeah.
I guess.
With Roddy.
Bless Roddy, though. I'll tell you why. Bivens grabs a microphone and he says, my, look at that. That was a message to every woman here in NXT. This is Ivy Nile, the pit bull, and she's going to put people in check here. This is when he kind of explains, we got an Ivy, she's going to be a champion. We got the Creed bros, they're going to be champions. We got Roderick Strong, the Cruiserweight champion, and he goes, that's me, I'm the champion. Yeah. But they're interrupted because out comes Jiro in a blazer. He runs out and they all scatter, which I'm like, what? Why would you run away from Jiro? Even I wouldn't run away from Jiro.
I don't think it was they were running away. I think it was more Julius was going, I can do this on my own.
Right.
Let me have a go.
Julius Caesar lets them all leave, and he says, all right, I'll fight you. I'll fight you. He says everything is earned, and you got to get ready. So if you got to get ready, we don't. We stay ready. And Julius takes off his tracksuit, revealing his gear, and says, I'm always strapped. He's been watching that Arn promo too many times. He says, what are you going to do, huh? So the break is now, but when we come back, it's Jiro versus Julius here on NXT. Jiro does this neck twist when Julius is laid down, but then Julius comes back with this huge side chain wrestling slam here. A T-bone suplex, almost like Shelton used to do, where you lift the guy over for the exploder, but then turn over to power slam. I don't know. It looked great. There's then gut wrench suplexes. There's then Jiro, who finally comes back with a kick to the face, does his jacket laugh, is the best way I can describe this. I don't even want to call it a move. He just holds up his jacket and laughs. And then goes up on the turnbuckle, headstands, and starts kicking his feet together while doing a handstand and stuff. But then gets caught in another huge side slam from Julius, and then while he slams him, he pops back up on his feet almost, in a weird side.
He did almost, it's like that rolling senton when you've got them on their shoulders,
yeah, you
but
can't escape.
More of a cartwheel with it. It looked really good.
Gets up, and Jiro's now seated from this slam, hurting, and Julius just runs at him with this sliding D, this sliding lariat, Ishii style, and Julius pins Jiro just like that. But what I got out of this was, wow, this guy's amazing.
Really impressive. I thought he sounded good as well before the match. This guy, I'd kind of like to see his brother in singles now because, Julius Creed really, really impressed me here. I thought his moves looked great. He looks legit. He sounded good. Jiro, if there's ever a man made for the 24/7 division, it's this guy. I want to see him running around with R-Truth and Reginald and Drake Maverick. He's just perfect for that.
With his suits.
But
his
I guess
jackets.
it's fun to have a character like that in NXT and just someone who can get murdered by everyone. And he got murdered really well here.
He did. Him and his jacket.
Yeah.
Maybe he can hang out with R-Truth, show up in one of his music videos that he's dropping.
Is he dropping more?
Yeah. Some rap songs.
The Rock release something? And
The Rock with Tech 9? Is there nothing the man can't do?
Yeah.
He's just showing off at this point. He's like, hey, I'm going to write a novel too. I'm going to become a journalist
He'll
overseas.
be president soon.
He's got to be president. Yeah. He's definitely got to be president. How do you put money on that now?
I'm pretty sure you can bet on that.
Because Young Rock, again, another thing. His TV show? Yeah, where he's pretending
We've got to wait for him to be president on The Simpsons, and then we know.
They haven't predicted that?
I don't think they've predicted it yet. But I haven't watched The Simpsons for 15 years. Yeah. Maybe longer.
Is it still on TV?
It's still a thing.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, The Rock is on a Tech 9 song. It's something. It's interesting. I can't lie. Good for him to. At the end of it, he grabs a bottle of Terramana tequila, and he's like.
So does he actually rap on it?
He raps, but it's 20 seconds. It's not that long. It's not a real. It's not.
I guess he already
verse.
did the Wyclef.
Exactly, Wyclef. He didn't rap on that either. He does the hook.
Yeah,
which
true.
doesn't matter as a classic.
Yeah.
But this one's pretty interesting. A lot of people like it. Some people are like, not my thing. But I'm like, damn. The Rock says I just did tequila and freestyled. He said one take. I believe him.
Okay.
He's The Rock. He doesn't lie. I don't think. When he's president, though, he would.
We should have some Terramana.
Yeah, we're going to have some Terramana. This brought to you... Yeah, The Rock and Tech 9 is not something I thought I'd see on a bingo card either. We go to... Where are we going to? Oh, well, after the match, Jiro gets beat up by Diamond Mine. This is when he's saved by Kushida, but then they put the boots to him too, and they stand tall. Diamond Mine.
The end of Heartache.
Boo.
So I guess we're getting a rematch, Kushida and Roddy, at some point.
Yeah.
And we'll have a tag, probably Jiro and Kushida, maybe.
Against Julius and Brutus.
I guess. Maybe.
I need the Creed Bros to be tag champs.
I think they could be. I think they could be the next ones.
Creed Bros versus Imperium. That's what I want. More so than
okay.
That'd be just a good match, I
think.
We go to Raquel Gonzalez, the women's champ, a little video here, kind of highlighting her reign as champ, winning the title, all the feuds and matches she's had. And making history comes with a price. So she accepts Mandy Rose's challenge, except she's upping the stakes. At Halloween Havoc, Raquel Gonzalez, Mandy Rose, spin the wheel and make a deal. That's right. Yeah, spin the wheel and make the wheel. What did I say last?
Spin the wheel and make a wheel.
Spin the deal and make a deal. So yeah, this is coming back.
Yeah. I hope we get something a bit more exciting than a street fight.
Right. We got what?
I want something gimmicky.
We got
Chamber
tables,
of
ladders,
Horrors.
and scares last time.
That
was
right,
pretty
yeah.
good. Io and Candice killed it last time, so yeah, we'll have to see. But it's coming back.
Good. Looking
What was
forward to
We
it.
did a review last year. Was it 93? This McFoley Vader?
We did McFoley Vader.
Yeah. Where's Shotzi? She needs to come
She's on
back.
SmackDown.
Yeah. Half these people are on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Who cares? Forbidden Doors.
Bring him back.
Yeah. Shotzi has a new Halloween shirt I really like. That's right.
That one.
Yeah. You knew. We get an ad for NXT UK, and the NXT title is on the line this week. Ilya Dragunov, the champ, defending against a kid.
Yeah.
He's fighting a kid?
It's NXT UK.
We go to Lashing Out. We go to Lashing Out with Lash Legend. She's got her game show here, and she's talking about the draft and the roster, how it's like Squid Games.
This annoyed me so much because it was just, here's a reference. We're not going to try and come up with any joke that's funny.
Yeah.
We'll literally just say the word Squid Game because people are talking about that.
Yeah. It wasn't that great.
No.
She just literally just
And
says
has this
it.
fake audience just laughing.
Yeah.
It's like going to an improv show in Toronto just with all supportive people in the crowd.
She then starts blasting Tony D'Angelo because last week he showed up and was like, "Hey, I want to be on this show. I just won my match. What's up?" And she then plays like the clip back, but like dubs over it, and then cuts back to her, and she's like, "Tony D'Angelo, you want to be on Lashing Out with Lash Legend? Forget about it." Definite pop from us from that one. I was like, all right, you redeemed yourself with that one. That was good. She then says that she doesn't, she doesn't do that kind of stuff on her show. So more Lashing Out to come.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So I think it's happening. I think you said this last week, but it's the long game, this romance between Lash Legend and Tony D'Angelo.
That's it.
How many people is Tony going to murder before he gets to her?
Yeah, I like they say later, love is in the air in NXT.
Yeah.
So we need more couples.
We do.
And first, he shot his shot. Now she's like putting him on blast and like kind of like making fun of him, but then like no, it's the slow burn.
Yes.
You ever like it's like high school when you like flirting with people is by making fun of them.
Yeah. I just flirt with someone forever until they're just friends with me.
Yeah, that seems to be your move. Forget about it.
Yeah.
We go to Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly. I should have mentioned that Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly came out to the ring way before this match.
They came out. There were a load of commercials with Shaq on it. Lash Legend talked for a bit. They're just waiting the whole time.
They were there forever.
Poor guys.
Pete Dunne and Ridge also made their entrance during this time.
Yeah.
And they're out in the ring probably waiting forever. They're out there. Von Wagner, Kyle O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland. Wagner's in here. He's beating up on Pete, beating up on Ridge. He does the... I love a good... When the guy's laid out and you're standing and then you just drop and headbutt them. I love a good falling headbutt. Ridge comes in with Kyle and he does an overhead belly to belly and puts the boots to him. There's then Pete who tags in with this crazy Mexican surfboard on Kyle and then just bending him back and working all the fingers and everything. Kyle comes back, though, with a series of roundhouse kicks. I love anytime Pete and Kyle...
Oh, they've got great chemistry.
Yeah, anytime they interact is great. But he keeps getting beat up here as they go to commercial break. When we come back, Kyle, again, getting attacked from both Pete and Ridge, finally makes the hot tag to Von Wagner, who comes in, he clears house, lays out everyone, and then hits Ridge with the butterfly suplex slam kind of thing. And Von Wagner gets the win.
I actually thought this... I quite enjoyed this. And obviously Pete and Kyle are great, but... I think this did a really good job in showcasing the big lads here. And I thought when they both were going at it, they're actually pretty good. I really like Ridge's selling. He really does remind me of Brock, the way he kind of staggers around when he's getting chopped down.
His body type is like Brock.
But he's very like Brock. And but I thought the actual big lads part of this match, I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I would. Wagner there, I mean, the name, again, I feel like a broken record with these awful names in NXT. His look, I don't think the pants are really working for him. He doesn't look all impressive, but I don't think he's bad in the ring. He's clearly been someone they've been working on in secret quite a bit in the PC.
His wrestling is there.
I think he's decent.
Yeah, his wrestling is definitely there. He's hard hitting. He's big. He's a monster. You're right. It's his weird pants. Again, only in wrestling do we judge people by their pants, but definitely.
But it's all part of it. It's a show, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why some guys make it further, and
their pants.
Look is part of it, and sometimes you need to fix your pants. But no, I thought this did a good job in showcasing the like younger guys here.
Yeah, it's at least like, where does it go with Kyle? Again, it's like he's
are these two gonna go for tag?
Yeah, that's kind of where that seems.
Feels a bit of a shame for Kyle, who just left all his friends to try and be champ.
Yeah, he should go hang out with his friends again.
Obviously, Ridge is gonna be going soon.
Yeah,
to SmackDown.
So leaves Pete. Leaves Pete and Kyle to just float around here. I'm not sure where they go.
I feel they've been feuding a long, long time.
Yeah, this past year.
Yeah.
So.
Which I'd happily watch another match between the both, but they do feel in a bit of a limbo right now.
Which is a shame, because these two are top wrestlers.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne deserve a lot more than just this. They should be on the main roster. They could be killing it.
Yeah.
But selfishly, devil's advocate, Kyle O'Reilly should be all elite. Go hang out with Bobby Fish.
Everyone else.
Yeah. And then Roddy will join them years later. We go to Chase University. Did somebody say? No? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did somebody say? What's his name again? Chase Austin? Austin Chase?
Andre
Chase.
Andre Chase University, the place for higher learning. He says today's lesson is ring awareness. And then he shows the clip. Turn the lights off, and he shows the clip of was it Odyssey Jones' foot under the ropes and him throwing it back in. Any questions?
Well, he says, look, he should have put his foot on the rope and elevated it, and therefore the ref would have a better chance of seeing it.
Yeah, so he's like, he lacks veteran instinct. He's not that Odyssey Jones, that kid. Any questions? Kid puts up his hand. Not a kid, but a guy puts his hand up. You can only see like the back of this guy's head. And he goes, what's your name? Brandon. Well, Brandon, what's your question? Well, isn't what you did last week illegal? Great point, Brandon. That would be a great point if I gave a fuck. Get your ass up and get out. You can go hang with Steve in the dumbass class. In fact, give Steve a big fuck you for me. This is the fucking thanks I get, as he just keeps ranting with the bleeps and the bleeps and the blurs and the everything. Yeah. Fuck you, Brandon.
They're edgy. It's an edgy show.
1999,
fucks.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was going up against your boss. Didn't you just want to see your boss just get punched in the face? Like, that's what 1999 was. The redneck versus the man, the corporate. In 2021, we get the heel professor. Like, what?
I do find him quite funny. As segments go, I do get a laugh out of all this. I don't know how great they are, but I chuckle every week when it's the fuck you, Steve, and this Chase University thing. Drew Gulak tweeted out after this segment, who the hell is Andre Chase? Because, he was doing the whole PowerPoint presentations and saying things
and they're
people
boys.
are doing wrong.
I'm pretty sure they're boys, yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty fun.
What's Gulak doing?
He's 24/7 division.
Oh.
Trade with Jiro, come on.
Nah. Danielson. Go rest. You fought Brian, Daniel Bryan, but fight Brian Danielson, Gulak. Chase University, it has its funny one-liners. Anytime someone swears is funny, but it's going to wear thin real quick.
Yeah.
And he's going to wrestle in the sweater?
I hope not. He has already, hasn't he? Yeah. God's sake.
Yeah, exactly. What did he say? Like, I give a fuck. Brandon. We go to Tony D'Angelo. We go from the professor to the Italian may or may not be a mobster. I mean, his family works on the docks. I mean, never mind. He says, hey, it doesn't matter who I beat last week in my debut. What was his name? And he just kind of like...
Malik.
Yeah, he's like, I don't remember his name. No, I don't remember. But I tried to get on that Lash Legend show, Lashing Out, and they were all mean mounts. We got their manager, Mark. He was saying some things. Well, forget about it. Forget about it. Huh, Mark. Nice guy, that Mark. I do things on my own time anyways. As he walks off, and he had like this fancy car. Was it a Beamer or a Benz in the background? Bentley, maybe. In the background, as he walks off, and you just hear the trunk. Someone's in it. Help me! Help! Pounding in the trunk. So yes, Tony D'Angelo has kidnapped someone and put him in the...
Marcus!
Yeah, trunk music, baby.
Yeah.
He put Mark in the trunk. You hear us? You hear that? You Marks? You put in the trunk.
Is he going to do this every week? Just like kill everyone around Lash Legend?
He didn't kill anyone. He just put him in the trunk.
Well, yeah.
It's still tongue-in-cheek because it's just playing off the stereotypical Italian stereotype here. Stereotypical Italian stereotype.
Yes.
That's what I just said. But he didn't kill anyone. He just made these... Mark's going to learn a lesson.
Everyone's in a trunk on this show. Everyone's been locked in a trunk.
We literally saw a kidnapping at the start of the show.
Yeah.
He's not murdering anyone.
No.
He just... Mark's got to learn his lessons. So he's going to hang out in the trunk for an hour or two.
So he lets him on Lash Legend, Lashing Out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I thought this was funny. Tony D'Angelo is saving the world of wrestling in WWE. WWE champion Tony D'Angelo.
It's same as Chase University to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why it's there,
Yeah.
but I'm laughing.
So he's starting a feud with Lash Legend.
A feud or a romance?
Yeah, it's going to be this romance. It's going to be a Bronx Tale. It's going to be this next thing that I can't wait to see. But he's got to wrestle some more.
Yeah.
So next week he's going to be wrestling.
They try and impress her.
Oh, yeah. Is she going to interfere?
Maybe.
Come out on the ramp. Like, yeah, I'm down for more romance.
I think we're getting a lot on this show.
Yeah, just in general. Because I just went from university professor to Italian mobster who puts people in his trunk. You know what this show's missing? A poker player.
Duke's Poker Room.
The poker player's back. You know what would be great? If he had a Titantron that was cards and casinos and money, dollar signs and all that.
He does.
You know what else would be great? If he had music that was like Vegas music and like poker cards. That would be great. Oh, wait, he does. You know what would be even better? The cherry on top. I guess you could say the chip on top would be.
Standing on the turnbuckle, twiddling a poker chip in his hand. We get it. You like poker. Wow. Oh, I howled.
This guy's just
laughing.
walking around with a poker chip.
First you got Duke's Poker Room.
Fuck.
And then he's just stood there, like, twiddling this poker chip. Like he's Lashif in Casino Royale. And he's like,
It's a poker chip.
like, dude, you're about to wrestle a match. Right?
Just don't. We get the poker player versus Australian
The boxer.
Justin Bieber looking guy. Grayson
Well,
Waller.
we now get an insert promo from Grayson Waller being like, I'm a Golden Glove boxer.
That's
and
why I dress-
dress like a boxer. Duke Hudson's insert's like, I won a poker game last week and therefore
I'm a poker player.
that's my entire personality.
Fuck.
We need a craft beer drinker soon, don't we?
Yeah, give that to Joe Gacy's character.
Yeah.
He likes craft beer as well.
Yeah.
Ciampa, fighting you would be good, but this IPA is better. The hops. Grayson Waller, the Australian Paul. Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Jake Paul going up against Duke Hudson, the poker player. Duke can wrestle. He just looks like a pretty normal guy when he's just in his gear. He hits a belly-to-belly. That's a popular move tonight on Waller here. Waller comes back with a series of like counters and stuff. He hits this roll-in from the outside into a pop-up stunner for a near fall. There's then a series of roll-ups again for near falls. There's then these kicks. Grayson goes for a springboard, but Duke kicks the rope, which I mentioned not enough wrestlers do this. You see the wrestler do these moves all the time. Wouldn't you know that if he just kicked the rope, they'd fall? So he does that. Grayson falls while he's springboarding. And Duke pins him. just like that. Like after he
grab
slips,
the tights.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. He holds the tights down as he's pinning him, and then after the ref counts 3, Duke Hudson says, "Better luck next time."
Hey, we called it.
Yeah, he needs.
I don't think it's the best luck pun he could have done, but
Yeah, like he could have went. I'm like, yeah. What are other royal flush? Like again, like really, you just say the same. Yeah. Anyways.
both these characters suck.
Yeah.
Like I find Grayson Waller, like I find both guys quite entertaining when they're wrestling.
Yeah.
But I find Grayson Waller incredibly annoying. And
Yeah.
Duke Hudson, it's just such a two-dimensional character.
Like
I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I think it's laughable that there's a poker player
It's just
character,
it's
but
2021.
yeah,
As we said the other week, like on every documentary, they're like these WWE was dying because everyone had an occupation. So now you get just giving everyone a hobby.
yeah. What happened to wrestling?
It's not for me. But I do think both these guys. Well, I think Duke Hudson has a lot of potential, like with the promos
Yeah.
and the character wise. But this is not the character for him.
Yeah, it's like he's genuinely a good wrestler, I think. But there's this, he's being
I liked him when he was just being a dick to Kyle the other week.
right.
You know, like before he found his love for poker.
Do you mean Duke?
Duke, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe he that's how the origin story. I want that. I need the I need to know why,
Why he's
you're
into
going
poker so
all
much.
in on a poker character because
Yeah.
like something doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Like every like the Joker, he's got his origin story. We've seen the whole movie, won an Oscar and stuff. We need a reason why this guy becomes the poker star. The we called the show last week. We called our episode of Up Next last week, Woker Stars. If he and Gacy teamed up, that would
That's
be
gotta
their
be their team name,
Woker
yeah.
Stars. We go to LDF backstage. Santos says, "My family is here, but tonight's going to be a one-on-one match. Santos and Swerve one-on-one, no interference. Mano a mano tonight." We get Indi and Dexter. They kiss as Indi leaves with Persia for her match up next. There was a goobery kiss on the cheek. It was like
Sloppy.
there was like it was sloppy steaks. We get a video from Imperium. They say they are ashamed of the NXT tag team division. Everyone in this era and in this generation are focused on their phones and not working hard. MSK is embarrassing. No elegance. So don't worry, because we will soon take the throne. The mat is sacred.
I love whenever they do these. We've seen it with EO, just them speaking in their own language. This is all in German here with subtitles. Just they sound so much better. They sound so much more intimidating, especially the German language can be quite harsh. So it sounds very intimidating from these two. And just the way it's simply shot, them speaking pretty much directly to the camera, some good lines. I don't know why we don't do more subtitles with your kind of foreign speaking talents in wrestling in general.
Yeah.
Because this is so much better than hearing them trying to cut an English promo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And I think these guys should take the titles from MSK. They should be doing something with the title. MSK, I feel like nothing's really clicking
I
right
can
now.
see Creed brothers being the ones to take it from MSK.
Yeah, sure.
I think MSK could be a good, like, just be murdered by them.
Yeah, true.
But should be a good match when we get to this.
Yeah.
Is this Halloween Havoc as well?
Imperium versus MSK?
Yeah.
It should be, if not. We see Indi Hartwell and Persia going up against Amari Miller and Saray. That's right. This was a quick match, and I mean blink and you miss it match. Persia eventually hits this fireman sit-out face buster on Miller, and Indi hits the Pretty Savage, the springboard elbow drop, and it's over.
Yeah, this was very underwhelming for me, and quite disappointing with Saray, because we've seen her be pretty dominant since coming to NXT.
That drop kick.
And she was just in a nothing team here and got beaten very quickly by Persia and Indi. This didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, this was weird. I thought, because in the beginning, Indi was telling Persia to hold her wedding ring. She's like, no, you got married, you hold it. So she kept it on. I thought for sure it's going to start Indi turning heel. where she uses the ring
MJF
as a weapon.
Used the ring.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
We'll see. This was really nothing. Indi and Persia then grab the microphones, and call out the champs. They say they want the tag team titles. So out come the champs, Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. And they say, Io, of course, says, I don't like you. I don't like you. And I already know what you're going to say, says Zoe. No, you don't speak for me, says Io. Well, suddenly you like me? No. Toxic Attraction come out, and they say they want a shot at the titles like they said earlier. So now it's just a all-out brawl. All 6 of them are fighting. There's a German on Gigi that looked great from Io. They're all fighting everywhere, which leads to the announcement afterwards. In 2 weeks, Halloween Havoc. Triple threat tag team title match for the women's titles. Io and Zoe, Indi and Persia, and Gigi and JC.
Do you see a title change?
Please.
Yeah, I want to see Io.
These titles mean nothing. This feud means nothing.
I agree.
This was awful.
This was Io's stock is just dropping and dropping for me. The longer she's in this team, she sounds awful. This whole I don't like you thing is not working. She then, I brought up, we had the same story on Raw last night with, twice with Drew and Big E and the women. And right here, Io said, no, don't speak for me, which was exactly what Drew said to Big E last night. It's just so, you can tell it's just the same people writing all these shows, all these segments. They're so tired. I think the match could be good. You do have some talented people in there, but I just want to see Io drop this so she can hopefully move on to something a bit more interesting and be the badass we loved a year ago.
Where is she going to do that? On Raw? On SmackDown?
Have another singles run in NXT before then.
Yeah.
There's still cool stuff she could do, like a rematch with Raquel or whoever, but just this tag team is not working.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, put her on Raw and SmackDown eventually, I guess. The time runs out at some point in NXT.
Io Shirai.
Where you either leave the company or die
all elite
up in the main roster.
Io should be all elite.
Yeah, I don't know what her contract is. But.
Yeah. Man, I just really couldn't care less about this whole angle. The match was nothing. Every match on this show is nothing. It feels like, anyways. Not just this show. I mean, lately, since the 2.1, nothing matters as much as they keep telling me things do. So that match is at the Halloween Havoc in 2 weeks.
It was this. I actually was quite enjoying this show this week. Up until the end of the Kyle O'Reilly, Von Wagner tag match. I really liked it up until then. And then it just took a dive with all these silly vignettes and this tag was so disappointing. And the post-match, it really kind of pulled me out of it around this point. This was around the top of the hour, I think.
Yeah, look, Io Shirai is my favorite, and it's definitely what a wasted talent right now where it's doing this. Yeah, okay, she's a champion, but no, it doesn't mean anything. She's so above this. I would love to see her back in prominent role, whether it's on this show or the main roster, and jokingly aside, AEW and stuff, just because of what she can do. We've talked about on our show all the stuff she's done prior to WWE. Has just been killer, which got her here, and then had this amazing run in NXT that it seems like is a long time ago. It seems light years away. Someone in the chat's bringing up that we forgot to go over some of the commercials for Halloween Havoc. Yeah,
we had a vignette of a graveyard or something, like the forest or something with digging.
Yeah,
and a voiceover.
It's Triple H.
Yeah,
with the old NXT.
Yeah,
the shovel.
There was a voice saying about bury the past so we can be born again.
Yeah,
and put the date for Halloween Havoc.
It looked as if it was a woman, the figure.
Oh, okay.
That's what I got from it.
Because I've seen people saying Elias.
What?
Elias died on the main roster.
He did?
Yeah.
How
when? He killed his old self.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he said I'm done with Elias. He I think he destroyed the guitar and buried the guitar or something like that.
Okay.
There's a gravestone which said Elias 2016 or whatever to 2021.
He was only 5 years old?
Yeah. So it could be Elias coming to NXT.
What? No.
Be the host of Halloween Havoc.
Come on. No. Not to be the host. I think this is just a return we're getting. Part of me goes, oh, it could be Dakota, because we haven't seen her in a while after losing. And
it was a male voice.
Was it a male voice?
The voiceover was a male.
Oh, okay. I don't know, it could be Ember Moon in her new attitude.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Yeah, could be.
She took all her furry gear and buried it.
Man's voice. Is that?
It could be. You think it's Elias, though? Weird.
Yeah.
Right.
Could be.
He's going to change his gimmick again?
Maybe he's back to Elias Sampson.
The Drifter.
The Drifter, yeah.
Yeah, that was the best. No.
Or El Vagabonde.
He's good, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
NXT legend, Elias.
We go to... Fuck, I don't even know where we're at now. We go to Grayson Waller walking backstage. He sees Cora Jade. He shoots his shot. He's like, hey, what's going on? All right, never mind. And he walks up, and he's already got a date lined up for him just hanging around. And he says, yeah, I'm just going to take a shower and I'll get ready, and we'll go out. And Cameron Grimes interacts with him here and says, hey, Grayson, what's going on? Well, love is in the air. And Grimes says, oh, like, how do you do it, Grayson? How do you find love? How do you get all these women and dates? Like, how do you do it? Grayson Waller says, well, I got an accent. How do you respond to that? He's outing you. You people, you game sharks
use what you got
in society who
you
come across.
What is it? You highlight your strengths and hide your weaknesses.
Yeah, I mean, for long-time listeners, people know I call you the game shark because you have an accent. And if you use your accent in Toronto, well, it's used to your advantage. I feel like if you got an Aussie accent, it works just the same.
Game shark is a little rusty right now.
The game shark, you need to blow on it.
Cartridge.
Yeah, I think that's what you're trying. Never mind.
That's what I'm lacking.
There's a joke there somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, Grayson and Grimes, he says, look, you got to get on these dating apps. So he then pulls out his phone and he starts showing Cameron Grimes like a dating app. And he's like, you like redheads? Look at her. And Grimes is like, whoa. So he starts swiping and swiping. He says, Cameron, let me tell you something. It's not about wins and losses. It's about swipes and likes.
And just summed up WWE in a nutshell there.
Yep.
Nothing matters. It's just the likes.
Yeah, all that matters is the money and the likes.
Yeah.
And the swipes.
Yeah.
The swipes. I think it's all about the swipes and the snipes, but we're going to get a dating Cameron Grimes story.
He was suggesting Grimes waxes his body hair and shaves his beard a bit and trims up and looks all fresh, and we're going to have Grimes is going to be great in these segments, these kind of dating segments.
Yeah.
I do just like him as a wrestler as well. But these could be quite fun. But just that line, it's not about wins and losses. It's about likes and swipes. It's like, geez, yeah.
Yeah, we know.
It's literally that is the attitude of this company. Nothing matters. Wins and losses don't matter.
We're going to get Grayson being like Will Smith in the movie Hitch, like dating expert.
Yeah.
He's going to help you get, he's going to 40-year-old version, wax him.
You should have it, though, that Grimes actually, as soon as he starts putting himself out there, is getting the attention of all the women, and Grayson Waller's like, what the fuck, man?
Well, Grimes is his character is he's rich.
Yeah, true.
I don't know how hard it's.
But I think you should start to have jealousy with Waller because Grimes is just like sweeping up.
Waller will be like, okay, look, you got to put in your bio. What do you want to put in the bio? And Grimes will be like, stonks, Bitcoin, and to the moon. And he'll be like, that's dumb. Don't put that. He's like, no, I want to put it. And then it works for him. Yeah. And then
it's like, are you vaccinated? Put that.
Would you put that?
Yeah.
If you were Cameron
I've got it on mine, yeah.
If you were Cameron Grimes, what would you put in your Twitter?
Well, your height, apparently.
Although he's only like 6.
His is online.
Yeah, Cameron Grimes.
Height.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Former $1 million champion.
$sign GME.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, former $1 million champion. Runner-up of the
breakout
tournament.
Fought a zombie ref.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm interested to see where the dating thing goes, but I am willing to admit that it's really silly.
It's where, like, this show is really trying very, very hard to be...
Hello, fellow kids!
Yeah. The amount of, like, their, like, PG sex
Yeah.
in 2021, like, just Toxic Attraction coming out and the camera slowly going up Mandy's legs. And then you've got Trey Baxter, Cora Jade. You've got Zion Quinn, the chauvinist. You've got Cameron Grimes trying to fuck. You've got Grayson Waller already fucking. You've got all these characters now. Tony D'Angelo.
Tony D'Angelo fucks.
Like, trying to fuck. Lash Legend, put him on. It's like everyone, it's like, hey, look at all these relationships.
Yeah. That's what life's about these days.
Dexter and Indi as well. It's a lot.
The Bachelor and all that, so it's popular. That's what's hot.
And One Love Story or whatever, cool. But
Yeah.
it's like they're really trying to hit on that right now.
It's popular. Your Riverdales, your all that stuff, whatever shows. I'm trying to think of other romance shows. It's not usually my bag, so I can't. But like I like a good
shows
rom.
have better writers.
Yeah, I like
That's
a good
the thing.
rom-com though. I'm a rom-communist. What was it?
I like a good rom-com,
Yeah.
but a good rom-com.
Yeah.
This ain't a good rom-com.
Yeah. What's a good rom-com?
I like Love Actually. That's a great
Love
film.
Actually. When Harry Met Sally's probably the GOAT. What's the one with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan?
Tom Hanks and You Got Mail?
No,
The other one?
the other one, the good one.
Sleepless in
Yeah,
Seattle?
that one's good.
500
500 Days of Summer, does that count?
Yeah.
a weird
What's the
one.
one? Stupid Crazy Love? That was a good one.
Super Crazy Love. Yeah, it was. I did like that one. Yeah. We don't review enough rom-coms.
Let's do Love Actually for Christmas.
I guess I walked into that one.
See Liam Neeson. A lot of Liam Neeson in that film before he started killing people and pissing himself. Look up Liam Neeson wet pants. Like just do it. It's eye-opening for sure.
Now you wonder why your Instagram ads are all weird when you're googling shit like that.
Liam Neeson top search piss pants. Reddit. Why does Liam Neeson piss his pants so much? It's troubling. Do you not know this?
No, I think you showed me this before. What?
Look.
Why is his pants always wet?
I don't know.
He's got a particular set of skills. I guess.
First
Damn.
comment, it's not pee, he's just dripping from all his swag. Yeah, I guess so.
Damn, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's what NXT 2.0 does to me. Tangents.
If pissing your pants
Pissing
is
my
cool, consider me Miles Davis. We go to, where were we? I don't even know. Dating apps on this show, sure. We get a vignette here for another upcoming wrestler. And he talks about living on the streets, fighting alone, 15 years. My family, I left. And now he's here. He's a champion. And it's Solo Sikoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like kind of. Is this maybe Samoan or along the line? There's a lot of tribal, like the tattoos and stuff.
I'm gonna look at.
But he
find
looked
an image.
Yeah, he looked pretty ripped. So coming soon here to NXT.
He's from the streets.
He's from the streets.
Yeah, that's his gimmick.
Damn. So coming soon.
Well, he's got a towel on his head. In
Oh,
the
so
thing.
he's like Hook.
He's like Taz. Yeah.
It's like Taz. We go to our main event, North American title on the line. Swerve versus Santos. Finally, 1-on-1 for the title. Right away, Swerve runs at Santos onto the outside and hits this crazy-looking moonsault dive to the outside, which looked awesome. Back in the ring, he hits Santos with one of his moves, a tilt-a-whirl, like luchador-style backbreaker for a near fall. There's then a headbutt tope from Escobar, sending Swerve flying into the commentary desk as they go to break. When we come back, Escobar is beating him down here, does his Eddie taunt, and then goes up top and hits the frog splash for a 2 count here. Swerve comes back. They're fighting on the apron, and he hits a DVD, crushing Santos off the apron, which looked awesome. Sets him up and goes up and hits the 450 splash, but just in the last second, Santos got his knees up and rolls up Swerve for a 2.9 here. This is when he's a little frustrated. Legado del Fantasma show up. Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza show up on the like apron here, getting involved. This is where Trick and Melo interfere and start beating up those two, which causes a whole commotion. Santos is like not looking, turns around and gets hit with the JML driver, which looked awesome. And Swerve pins Santos to retain the title.
Yeah, not a bad match. I don't think it quite reached maybe the level of some of their others, and especially with all this build, it felt a little anticlimactic. But both these guys are great. I really enjoy Swerve and Escobar. I think Escobar's got one of the best tope, like suicidas.
Yeah, the headbutt.
It looks so good whenever he does it. And a lot of Eddie tributes in this. Obviously, it was his birthday just gone. So, no, I enjoyed this, but didn't quite hit the level I thought it would.
Yeah, I think that's just been NXT. We've said that we're literally broken records. Every match that we've hyped up since this 2.0 era, we've said this about.
Kushida Roddy, right?
Yeah, everything. So, yeah, I think that if these two had 30 minutes on a pay-per-view, they would kill it, and we'd be talking about a classic. But unfortunately, just how it goes, because I think both these guys are awesome. But it kind of wasn't the match we wanted. And
I feel for Escobar, him losing this, where does he go next? We were talking just weeks ago of like Hit Row, LDF in a War Games or something like that. Like, it feels there's still juice in this feud, and you can have the tag matches and the 6-man and the mixed tags and all that. Hit Row going off to SmackDown, it's kind of left them like without their feud anymore. And now now Escobar not even winning the title, it's not setting up his challengers. He's gonna kind of fall to the background a bit. So I don't know what's next for LDF, which is a shame because I do really enjoy the act.
One of the hottest acts they've made in the past little while, and instantly they're just burning it down.
Maybe they've got something ready for them, but it just seemed like we sweep you away now.
Yeah, and you'll see what he means by that. After the match, Carmelo Hayes and Trick are celebrating with Swerve, and he looks a little confused at first, but he's like, all right, hey, thanks for helping me out there. And they're celebrating as Hayes turns around, clotheslines Swerve, laying him out here, and grabs his breakout tournament contract, signs his name on the dotted line, gives it to the referee, and tells him, I want my North American title match right now. Yes, he's cashing it in. So the ref tells the announcer, who says, yeah, that's what's happening. Ring the bell. Swerve gets up, but he's a little disoriented. Ends up getting hit with Melo's flying springboard clothesline, spinning him inside. Yeah,
that springboard.
It flips him inside out here. But Swerve kicks out, just like John Cena when Edge speared him for that first. Like, there's always a
John
few.
Cena?
It was when Edge speared.
After the chamber.
Yeah. So Hayes is a little shook. They're going at it. Swerve counters one of his moves, but ends up eating this huge pump kick from Carmelo. And then Melo goes up top and says, Melo, don't miss, as he hits his flying scissor kick to the back of the head.
It's like John Cena's guillotine leg drop across the back, but it looks
But he
very good.
scissors it when he does it, laying Swerve out, and Carmelo Hayes pins Swerve Scott to become the new NXT North American Champion. Carmelo Hayes. Melo don't miss.
Yeah, I think, as soon as they were out, we were kind of looking into each other going, are they going to do a cash-in? We've not seen this in NXT before. I bet Miles Jordan's kicking himself. He's like, what? We could have done that? I could have just cashed in after War Games with Adam Cole instead I challenged him to a match.
The next night, yeah.
But I quite like... I thought this was... If you're not going to go with Escobar, it now gives the kind of Money in the Bank gimmick to NXT as well, which is always kind of a hot gimmick. And Carmelo's impressed so far, so why not? Let's put the rocket maybe a little bit on this guy.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes did show out or break out in that tournament because he definitely impressed and stuff. He's kind of been chilling since he won. He made friends with this guy that I think has annoyed everyone. and we're not quite sure because they were teasing he was in a tag team, but now he's done this. I think I even said it last week that he was going to do.
I think
this.
so.
Yeah, it makes sense. My only thing is you really did Santos dirty.
I think so. Yeah.
You really did him dirty. He deserved that title. He deserved a little bit of a run here. It makes me go, where do they go? Because they should go to the main roster. Santos, Wild, and Raul should go.
Yeah.
But what happens with them? Because they're great.
Every roster's so bloated. That's the problem. It's trying to find time for these guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you had to have Melo win at some point with this contract, because obviously Jordan didn't ACH didn't capitalize on it the first time round. So I think it's good. I think it adds more to his heel character that he did the sneaky cash in. And yeah, it goes in a different direction, obviously.
Maybe we get Santos.
So do we get Santos?
Hayes? Yeah, maybe a storyline there. With
Santos now as a babyface, would you turn LDF? Do the full
Yeah, they're
turn?
kind of babyface-ish, right? They're kind of are, in a weird way.
They're kidnapping people and beating them up in parking lots.
Yeah, but so does Tony D'Angelo, and we love him.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Swerve never defended that title until tonight.
Really?
So
true.
He had one defense, and he won, but then he lost.
Ah.
So, great run, though.
Good run. It's a Johnny Gargano run there, yeah.
Yeah, that was the main event, and Hayes cashes in, so that's something new here. I think that is an interesting take on the story. I think I saw that coming. I'm like, okay, that would probably make sense, but you did do Santos dirty. I want to see where he lands, and hopefully it's somewhere good, because they got a whole unit here with Elektra with them as well and stuff. The feud got to continue. I say.
What about Diamond Mine?
Make it even
down the line.
Yeah, true.
You could do.
But fuck, be adventurous here. When Swerve and Hit Row are doing their thing on the main roster, the first big program should be at LDF.
Fuck them over. Yeah.
LDF come in and go, no, we just signed contracts to SmackDown. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We're here too. Boom. And it makes them hot again. They can still do a War Games.
Yeah.
WWE War Games or some shit like that. Here I am booking things that they won't listen to. So that was NXT.
I thought this was the best of 2.0 so far. Still a mixed bag, but I think the new people they focused on this week actually impressed me. I think Joe Gacy, the character, is really working. I think Ivy Nile really impressed me this week. Julius Creed, probably more than anyone this week, impressed me. He was great, sounded great on the mic. Ridge Holland and Von Wagner I liked. So I think actually when it comes to the wrestling, there's still a lot of talent here. It's just I'm not enjoying the character work they're doing with a lot of these, and maybe the attention being more character driven than wrestling driven, because this is always, we've had characters in NXT, but this has always been the wrestling show, and we leave that silly nonsense to the other shows. But I do think it wasn't like I was fearing where I'm watching a load of green guys when it comes to the wrestling. We still have some of the Zion Quinns and stuff who are newer, but a lot of the newer guys do look good in the ring, I think.
Yeah, I think I said it last week. This show should not be 2 hours.
No.
This is not a show that goes 2 hours. It cannot maintain my focus as a wrestling fan for 2 hours. This podcast, we usually go 2 hours because we ramble and stuff. But we talk about different segments. There's so many things happening. This week with the entrances going on when the other segments haven't even ended yet, it felt so chaotic again. And I totally agree. They're focusing on characters like poker players and the mobster and the dating apps. Wrestling always did try to make things that were attached to pop culture that was going on, but this is so they're not hitting the mark. Actually hire writers. If this is hire proper people. If you're trying to aim for 20-year-olds, then why aren't you hiring 20-year-olds?
If you want to do love stories, get someone who's writing for CW, that sort of thing, writing teen dramas and stuff. Instead, you're probably getting 60-year-old men.
60-year-old men talking about Tinder.
60-year-old white men writing this stuff,
when they're usually on silver dating or silver mingle or whatever. Yeah. I can't. Every time I watch this NXT 2.0, when it ends, I'm so happy. So that's got to say something, because I I'm not saying I don't enjoy the show, but shouldn't be 2 hours. It takes too long of just letting the wrestling is still there because the Creed Bros are these new characters who are doing awesome wrestling. There's some people in this show that are doing awesome wrestling, but for some reason they're focusing on the other stuff. And I get it, because that's what WWE is, and you want to make this developmental. So when Vince, the story is Vince said, well, this isn't working for developmental, he was right.
The thing is, the format of the show wasn't dissimilar before, but the thing is, we'd be having these segments with the Way, right?
Yeah.
And we'd be going, I don't know, this is a bit weird, but they're playing it really well. But as you said, a lot of it feels like promo class.
Yeah.
So you're having like some good stuff in, but then the quality of the show just dramatically dips, which does drag it out a lot longer. Whereas I'd rather you wanna give these people a platform, start doing these things on YouTube, doing it on .com. Maybe don't put it on TV.
Yeah. It even had the match that I was like looking forward to for months, and they still managed to make me go, yeah, okay, that was okay. And that's not knocking the talent, and literally not. Swerve and Escobar are amazing, but it made me go, okay, yeah, cool. They gave them 7 minutes, great, that was awesome. Yeah. So like, what am I to do as a fan who they're still not letting go of the old era? That's the problem too. You can't tell me it's a whole new thing when you're still. Why is grizzled young vets interacting with Ciampa? They're still these old characters. When you're telling me that I should be focused on the poker players, and it feels still so backwards. It feels so all over the place. I do not blame any other wrestling fan who go, maybe I don't want to watch this show every week, because I don't think I don't think a lot of people would continue going forward with this format. You cut it down and make it more of an interactive thing with the YouTube, because they already do that. They were doing that for years. Oh, we filmed this. We're gonna air this on Twitter or YouTube or whatever. But to do it for this long, where it's like, there's only so much you can take from it, but I can't wait till we get the actual poker night with the poker player, with the professor and the mobster, and what are all the other gimmicks we got right now? Like, what are the
you'd have to have Tony D'Angelo in the poker game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Tony, the poker player, the professor who's gambling away all his students.
Yeah, you'd have Grimes.
To the moon, yeah. The stocks guy. Yeah, that's. The MMA people, Diamond Mine, they like diamonds, so you could have like Ivy, like
the APA
moving diamonds. Oh yeah, we mentioned APA gonna show up. Yeah, for sure. They should show up at Halloween Havoc.
Sure.
With
the backstage,
poker.
do a backstage poker thing.
Halloween thing. I'm surprised they're doing a Halloween Havoc. I'm surprised if we'll get a takeover. But at least they're going towards something which does feel like a built up show.
And the card doesn't look bad. Like, I think it will be quite. If they're stacking this with matches, it will be quite refreshing to watch an NXT maybe with less of the backstage stuff and going more match to match to match. Because the card looks pretty good so far, I think.
Well, it's Braun versus Ciampa.
Braun versus Ciampa, that does intrigue me. Have you got the card there?
Yeah, so far it's only 3 matches, and I can't say it has my interest so far.
Okay, Mandy versus Raquel, and then the 3-way tag.
Yeah, it really does.
I thought Imperium MSK was on there.
No, they should add that, though.
Yeah, add that, and I'd...
Carmelo Santos.
Yeah.
As his first defense, yeah. So that was NXT. That's what we thought. We do put up some feedback where you can write comments or questions. Join the Facebook group, upNXT group, or the Post Wrestling Forum. I see Corey has written in here. Corey Helfrich writes in, man, is there a talent in NXT 2.0 whose stock has fallen harder than Saray's? She went from being built up as a mainstay in the division to a complete jobber in the span of like 3 weeks. It's a damn shame. She deserves way better than what she's getting right now. Also, absolutely hate the idea that the breakout contract operates under Money in the Bank. It's incredibly dumb.
Yeah.
I can see the hate.
I mean, it's that wasn't established last time, was it? It wasn't any time. I'd be a bit mad if I was Swerve.
It would make sense if there was like a heel manager, heel GM.
Yeah.
Like when Regal was out there and he was a bad guy, and he'd be like, yeah, all right, but no one approved it.
No.
Really, the ref should be the one at fault.
I guess he just wrote the date and signed it.
He did, yeah.
We go to Greg Clark, who says, first time, long time.
Hey, first time, long time.
Off work tomorrow, so got to stay up late to watch here in Scotland. Hello. I'm getting heavy nails vibes from Haaland. That's not a good thing. I'm on board with the Joe Gacy character, though. Cameron Grimes does online dating. I'm on board. Poor Kushida. Seeing morsels of things I like on NXT 2.0, but this isn't going to be an overnight return to glory for the brand. Love the shows, guys. Keep up the good work.
Well, hey, thank you, Greg. From Scotland?
Scotland.
So you know Greg's excited for November when we do our...
It's, Loch Ness review.
Yeah.
For St. Andrew's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Greg is excited. We are looking for your feedback for that show, Greg.
We need to start doing promos for Loch Ness. The most hyped review ever.
I watched a rom-com this week with Ted Danson. Oh. That's what I watched. It was great. We go to Dylan. NXT 2.0, the kidnapping episode was actually fun. Maybe I was the only one that wanted Gacy in the title match at Halloween Havoc, but oh well. Zion Quinn manages to make a running forearm look like a good finisher. Dude has potential. Similarly, Ivy Nile made a torture rack look good. Rip Jiro. It was really dumb to challenge Diamond Mine like that. Julius Creed was playing with his food that whole match, and it looked great. Tag match was fun, but I'd rather see Kyle O'Reilly get a singles run. D'Angelo and Kayfabe just kidnapped and possibly murdered a dude, and honestly, I love it. Let wrestling be silly and over the top. This gimmick works because it's stupid. On the flip side, Hudson's gimmick makes no sense. Does two unrelated things. Why bring one to the other? Poker player isn't an identity. It's an activity. It'd be like me showing up to the vet clinic I work at in my jiu-jitsu gi. Indi and Persia are... You mean like Britt Baker being a fucking dentist? He continues. Indi and Persia are fine as...
Does she turn up to the dentistry in her wrestling gear?
No, she has a match.
True.
Never forget.
Is it called a dentistry?
A dentistry match?
Dentist office. Dentistry.
Dental office.
Dental office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dentist. He continues, Indi and Persia are fine as a team, but upset they had Saray in that spot. Should have used anyone else but her. Main event slapped as anticipated, and Swerve swerved me. Follow that up with an extra swerve at Swerve's expense, and we have Carmelo Hayes hiding gold, which I'm very happy about. Holding gold. And just wish they'd established the contract could be used like that. Yeah, I think people want that.
And finally, we go to Sean, who says, this was without a doubt the best episode of NXT 2.0 so far. All the vets were great as always, but I really felt like a lot of the newer faces really stepped it up this week. The night got off to a strong start with Ciampa and Gacy. It made sense for Gacy not to worm his way into a title opportunity, and I like the tease of his alliance with Haaland. Toxic Attraction delivered a much stronger, more confident promo this week that did a good job of setting up the women's title matches at Halloween Havoc. Diamond Mine also had a nice showcase with a story debut for Ivy Nile and another nice showing from the Creeds. Malcolm Bivens staying front and center on the mic is also welcome. Von Wagner may not be able to cut a promo to save his life, but I thought he had a great showing in the ring tonight with Ridge. Persia Pirotta also looked good in her in-ring debut, and I'm looking forward to the potential women's tag title triple threat at Halloween Havoc. There was also some great entertainment to be had between Chase University and Cameron Grimes discovering online dating. But of course the main event was the best part for the night. The match itself between Swerve and Santos more than delivered, and the night ended with an excellent double swerve with Santos losing and Melo cashing in. More of all of this, please. So people seem more positive on this week's show.
Yeah, compared to maybe the last few of upNXT 2.0. Well, thanks, guys, for writing in and writing feedback. And thank you guys for listening wherever you may be. We appreciate you. If you like listening to us talk about wrestling, well, we also do BD Elite, which we will be doing a new one again this Sunday. We might be going live, so make sure you follow the socials for all that stuff, because we'll talk about Danielson and Suzuki and Rampage and Dynamite and all that other stuff on that show. And that's on this very free feed as well. But if you are on this very free feed, you might want to check out A Shot in the Dark with John Cena, talking all about the other wrestling you don't watch in 15 minutes or less. He'll let you know everything, what's going on with Dark, Elevation, all that. But Cena and B Detroit just did their heels finale.
Season finale, yeah.
Show finale, possibly. Hasn't been renewed yet.
Oh, no.
Hopefully it does. I have not caught up on it yet, but all good stuff. If you are watching the show Heels, well, listen to Turning Heels on this very feed. The last one, Cena and B running it all down. Rick Rabies, all that stuff. Ace the Spade, whatever their names are. Good stuff. Just good stuff.
And that wonderful theme song.
and the theme song, yeah. See, even in that show, one of the guys is like a lawn care expert, a gardener.
Right.
Like, there's gimmicks in wrestling, brother. Everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the free shows on this very feed, but you want to listen to more of Braden and Davie, well, you can. Patreon.com/upnext. We got our casket match, best match ever. show coming out this weekend, but we also got The Exorcist, and then you're going to be doing what, a watch along or some sort of show?
Yeah, keep an eye on the socials, but I believe this Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be doing a watch along of Escape the Undertaker.
Wow.
On this Twitch feed. It's an interactive, it's like Bandersnatch, the Netflix show. So it's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Except you run away from guns and knives.
Exactly. So, I thought it could be fun doing it on Twitch, and you can help me decide what happens next, and you can watch along with me.
Are you even going to do a watch along for Crown Jewel?
I am doing a watch along for
Crown
Crown
Jewel. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
So all that stuff, again, at upNXT Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, go give us the like there and check out all the stuff we do. So thanks, guys. That's it. That's all. I myself, Braden Herrington. You can find me Twitter and Instagram. I am at the Brady.
And you can find me at Davie Portman.
Take care. Goodbye. Be safe. And forget about it.
Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.